Kim was already nervous when she went inside, so the sudden voice startled her. "Yes, that's me." The person who greeted her was a young lady dressed in a professional uniform. The lady was standing to the side with a smile on her face. She spoke to Kim respectfully, as if she were welcoming an esteemed guest. "Hello, Miss Kim. Please follow me. Our CEO is currently waiting for you in the office." This lady was the new receptionist of the day. Keisha had instructed her to welcome a woman named Kim at the entrance. Kim was a little dazed. Her brain couldn't keep up with what was happening. Why was the receptionist treating her so politely? And why would the CEO of Global Investment take time out of their busy schedule just to wait for her arrival? When Kim went into the office, Keisha hurried over to welcome her. As expected of the most beautiful woman in the city, no one can match up to her, Keisha thought. "Hello, Miss Kim. I'm Keisha, the CEO of Global Investment. I've been waiting for you." Kim was surprised that the CEO was so young and beautiful. "It's nice to meet you, Miss Keisha." After exchanging pleasantries, they got down to business. "Miss Keisha, the reason I came today is because of the Cassidy Group." Before Kim could continue, Keisha held up a hand and interrupted her. "Miss Kim, I believe there's no need to waste time on this." Kim was taken aback by the sudden change in attitude. Ever since she entered the building, everyone seemed like they were trying to get on her good side. Why was Keisha rejecting her so directly? What exactly was going on here? "What I mean is, Global Investment won't invest in the Cassidy Group, because no matter how you look at it, they're losing a business," Keisha explained. Her words dashed Kim's hope. It seemed like Keisha had only given her a warm welcome because Jack arranged this meeting. "I understand. Then I'll be leaving now. I won't bother you." Kim stood up and prepared to leave. Keisha hurriedly went after her. "Wait, Miss Kim, I think you've misunderstood something." If Kim really left, and she couldn't complete the first task from her boss, her position as CEO would probably come to an end. She couldn't let that happen. Keisha was afraid of further misunderstandings, so she told Kim everything she wanted to say in one breath. "Let me explain. Global Investment will not be investing in the Cassidy Group, but we can invest in you." Kim couldn't figure out what was going on. "You want to invest in me?" "Yes. Global Investment has decided to invest $500 million in you. We've already prepared the contract. The only thing that's left is your signature." Keisha reached for a contract from her desk and handed it to Kim. Kim was shocked. Her original goal was only $50 million. How did she suddenly get $500 million without doing anything? "Miss Keisha, are you perhaps joking?" Keisha smiled as she sipped her coffee. "Take a closer look at the contract." Keisha was secretly envious of Kim. Stephen was investing $500 million in his wife. When would she be able to meet a man like him? Kim was in disbelief as she sat back down and reviewed the contract. The more she read, the more she couldn't believe it. This really was a $500 million investment. Moreover, the contract had already been signed and sealed. The only thing missing was her signature. Kim was skeptical. This company wasn't investing in the Cassidy Group. They were investing in her. But why? She couldn't possibly be worth more than the Cassidy Group. Kim looked up at Keisha. "May I ask why you're investing in me?" Keisha smiled cryptically. "Because you have a patron on your side." Kim frowned. Could it be Jack? But did he have this much influence? "Who is this patron you're referring to?" Keisha realized her mistake. She almost slipped up and revealed Stephen's identity. Keisha put on a serious expression. "Miss Kim, we can't reveal your patron's identity. If you insist on knowing, then we won't be able to collaborate." Kim quickly said that she would stop asking. She grabbed a pen and signed her name on the contract. After their discussion was over, Keisha personally escorted Kim to the entrance. Keisha was relieved that she'd completed the first task her boss had given her. "Miss Kim, take care. We'll call your bank tomorrow afternoon." Kim was lost in thought. $500 million was not a small amount. Who in the world was her patron, and why did they help her? Kim recalled the name of Keisha's boss on the contract. His first name wasn't there, but his last name was. Coincidentally, the owner of Global Investment's last name was Adams. her patron wasn't investing in the Cassidy Group. They were investing in her. And they were willing to invest $500 million all at once. Could her patron be Stephen? Other than him, who else would do this much for her? Kim remembered that Stephen had told her to trust him and to agree to Harry's bet. And today, he took her to Global Investment, where she signed a contract for $500 million. Everything seemed to be happening according to Stephen's plan. Kim turned around. Miss Keisha, I remember seeing your boss's last name when I was reading through the contract. It was Adams? Keisha didn't expect Kim to ask this question. She came up with a lie on the spot and replied in a casual manner. Yes, my boss's last name is Adams. He's from an influential family in Washington, D.C. Please keep this a secret. My boss doesn't want to reveal his identity. Keisha's response was enough to get rid of Kim's suspicion. Someone from an influential family wouldn't come to Los Angeles just to be the Cassidy family's son-in-law and go through 3 years of humiliation. When Kim exited the building, Stephen rode up to her on his bike. Is everything all right? Kim smiled as she held up the contract. After securing an investment, her mood was much better. Yes, we made a good deal. That's great! You're amazing! Remember to take me with you to the meeting tomorrow. I want to see the look on Harry's face after he loses the bet. Kim hopped onto the back seat of the bike. Okay. By the way, have you ever heard of an influential family in Washington, D.C. with the same last name as yours? Stephen hesitated before shaking his head. I'm not sure. Kim knew that Stephen wasn't the CEO of Global Investment, but without his help, she would never have been able to secure a $500 million investment. Thank you, Stephen. There's no need to thank me. You're my wife. It's only natural for me to help you. When Stephen looked back at her, his eyes twinkled in amusement. Besides, if you become the head of the family, we can both enjoy a wealthy life. Kim was not amused by his joke. Later that night, Harry and Pete were both with their subordinates at a luxurious hotel suite. Harry swirled the glass of wine in his hand. How did it go? Did Kim go around to each bank and beg for a loan today? Harry couldn't wait to hear about Kim's struggles. Their subordinates exchanged a glance. No, she actually went to Global Investment. She was there for a half an hour. Global Investment? Who did she meet with? Pete asked. The CEO of Global Investment, Dave Marks, was Pete's uncle. Because of their familial relationship, Rockford International and Global Investment were on the rise. We don't know who she met with, but Stephen took her there on his bike. Pete laughed. They rode on a bike? That's hilarious. She probably kicked out before she could even see my uncle's face. However, Pete wasn't aware that Dave was currently under investigation, because Stephen had instructed his people to keep this a secret. Pete also didn't know that Keisha had become the new CEO. You're right, Mr. Rockford. By the way, when can we sign the loan contract between Rockford International and the Cassidy Group? Harry asked. After this contract was made official, he would be the only successor to the Cassidy family. No need to worry, I've already made an agreement with my dad. Rockford International has $50 million in liquid funds, and my uncle promised to invest $100 million in our finance company. All of the money will be transferred over the next 2 days. If nothing comes up, I can send you the contract tomorrow morning. Harry raised his glass for a toast. That's good to hear. As long as I become the head of the family, we'll be able to earn money together. Cheers to our cooperation. Pete smirked. You should already know that money doesn't matter to me. Remember your promise. You have to come up for a way for me and Kim to spend the night together. Don't forget. Pete had wanted Kim for a long time, and this would be his chance. Mr. Rockford, I'm a man of my word. As long as I win the bet, Kim's family will be kicked out of the Cassidy family. At that time, she'll be desperate for anyone to help her. That's the perfect chance for you to show up. Just give her some money. She'll be all yours. The next day, most of the members of the Cassidy family were gathered in the conference room. Harry looked around, but he didn't see Kim. She's still not here. Is she already admitting defeat like that good-for-nothing husband of hers?